Welcome back to the WHHI News. October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Did you know that? How safe are you when you use the internet? We're going to have someone on right now who has some great advice. He is Scott Cooke. He's with the South Carolina Department of Consumer Affairs. Scott, what's rule number one if you want to make sure you're safe?
Yeah, we talk to folks all the time just about doing safe, practical things that you can do to, watch the information that you're sharing online. And really the big things that we talk to people about are all things we can all do individually that are simple, like using a safe password, for example. You want to make sure that they're all strong, they're unique, and that they're long. You don't want people to be able to guess those. We also tell people to use two-factor authentication wherever it's available, especially your financial accounts, things like that. Social media is a great example of that. We get lots of people who say their Facebook's been hacked or their Twitter account's been hacked or whatever. If you're putting that two-factor authentication on those types of accounts, it'll really protect you, and it'll really make it kind of twice as hard for somebody else to get into those accounts.
I want to ask you, let's start with this, the strong password. Now, a lot of times if you come up with your own password, you'll see something that'll say weak, okay, or it will indicate it's a strong password. Or some people have, Apple or whatever they have that will actually provide a random password that will pop up every time if you tell it to save it. And once you put in your login, it'll put it in. Do you recommend, first of all, that people use that, ability of Apple or whatever, your phone, your iPad, whatever, to create a password? What do you think about that?
Yeah, those password managers are going to be a great tool to take advantage of, and they'll really help you organize that stuff. We all probably have dozens of different accounts that we're using passwords on, and it can be really difficult to keep track of just even remembering what you've used. But anything you can do to make them, random, like you said, is fantastic. Longer is a, great way to secure those up. Anything you can do to do that will be fantastic to take advantage of. And the good thing about a lot of those password managers is they'll kind of monitor what's going on with those accounts for you. So if they see that, your email or your bank account or whatever, that those passwords have been shared on the dark web, a lot of those password managers can kind of flag that for you, and they'll let you know that it's time to change that password to get in there and, take those extra steps to protect yourself.
Boy, isn't that important? We're going to mention in a little bit, you are having webinars this month, in the month of October, for people to kind of learn more about this. I want to ask about the two-factor authentication. Is that it? Okay, so what'll happen is they will say, is this you or whatever, click on this, and then they will send you or text you or email you, right, a code that you have to enter before you can get in. You said that's a good idea?
Oh, absolutely. The FBI and a lot of cybersecurity experts tell us that that's kind of the new standard of security, and that it's really, like I said earlier, taking that to another level and making it twice as hard to get into your accounts. And it's, that extra step. So if somebody gets that password one way or another, they then can't get past that next thing to get in there. So if it's a text message that you get with, a code, they wouldn't be getting those text messages. Or if it's an email that you get with something, these are all great tools to do. We always tell people combine them with as many things as you can. So, you're combining that strong password with that multi-factor authentication. So the more things you do, the more secure you are.
Software updates. I have a lot of friends that are maybe unaware, they've got iPhones or the like, and I'll say, gee, did you put in the latest software update? Sometimes you get notified about it, sometimes you don't, and they'll be like, what? And they haven't updated in a while. How critical is that for, security on the internet, on the web?
Yeah, absolutely. Those developers are always finding kind of those weak links in those security things with these apps or, with different programs that you're using. So we always tell people go in and just kind of check to make sure things are up to date. And those automatic updates are going to be a great way too. That's something you don't even have to think about. If you can go into your phone or your computer or whatever and set up those automatic updates, that will be a fantastic way to make sure you've got that latest, security running on that app.
So they don't even, if it's an automatic update, it will do it automatically and you don't have to worry about doing it manually, which is a great idea. Talk to me about the webinars that you all are doing. I know you've got some in October. You don't have to list them all, but people can go to the website and see, what you're offering. But give us an overview. What kinds of things are you going to be letting people know about?
Yeah, we kind of touching on some cybersecurity basics throughout October. Our Wednesday webinars are every week. So especially during this month, we're kind of focusing on these simple things. Again, we like these things that are free. We like things that are simple, that you don't have to be some kind of computer expert to, go through these practices. So we do a lot of practical tips, things that you can, take advantage of on your own. You don't really have to be a guru to figure it out. One of the things we'll do at the end of the month is have some experts from Homeland Security joining us and kind of going through some best practices and some things to kind of wrap up Cybersecurity Month for us. So we're excited about that.
Well, we are out of time. Some great information. Hopefully people will take advantage. Anything free, that's my motto, Scott Cooke, but those free webinars, and we appreciate your time today. Thanks.
Thank you.
And that's going to do it for this edition of the WHHI News. I'm Allie McNair. Thanks for watching. We'll see you the next time.